Alright everyone, back at again with another video. In this video, we did the small scale RC shootout. It's David, he's the driver. He is going to be driving every single one of these over the obstacles to see how well they perform. We're doing a little walk around of each vehicle here. So, you want to pick one first and give your thoughts on it? So here's the first one, right?
Yep, Trx4m Defender. This one is pretty scale, not the best at crawling, but it does the job. It has a lot of weight. See in the bottom, a whole lot of brass wheels, knuckles, everything you can think of, fully metal. There's nothing stock except the shocks. The shocks are stock. It's good enough travel, I'd say. It has front flex blades. That's it. That's how you want to run it, because if you run them in the rear, you will get the droop and you will tip.
I see.
All the time. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, it's not stock.
Yeah, and I see you got all the details on it. I mean, this thing is heavy. Pretty cool. So we'll see how that performs, guys. Here are some clips of that. Alright guys, this right here is my Trx4m. As far as body appearances go, all stock minus the spare tire that I put on. So normally it would have this plastic cover on. I just took my stock wheel and tire and put that on the back. Take a look underneath here. I only have the front flex blades up front. Stock shock towers. I have low range gears in the transmission. Metal ring and pinion from Traxxas in the differentials because those will strip out. I have the metal geared steering servo. Again, the plastic stock one will strip out. Underneath, we got the Endura drive shafts. We got the Traxxas links. I wish I didn't buy these and got the high clearance ones, but at the time I just didn't know. And we also got, I believe, 7mm wide spacers, so this thing sits pretty wide. And then we've got these, they're an Endura mud tire with a method beadlock with brass in it. So there it is. All right, so here we are coming up on this obstacle. We're gonna take every vehicle up it. It's pretty steep, as you can see. I mean, the Bronco, it's struggling to get traction. And as I get up to this area up here, it just really wants to tip back. I don't have enough front weight on it, unfortunately. So it wasn't able to make it up. As you can see, it tumbled over.
Right here we got also friction shocks, Superscale, plastic all around. It had side steps. That ruins the way it crawls because it just gets caught right here going around rocks or anything. But yeah, Superscale, comes with lights. Hood pops open to put the battery. Really cool. I wonder if you can get lights for these. That would be sick in my opinion. But yeah, turn signals, rear lights, everything. Superscale, super nice. Friction shocks, but it has a good low center of gravity, in my opinion. Crawls. We'll see how quick it crawls. So yeah.
So here we got the Fms Fj Cruiser. Stock, everything minus the steps, and I mean, it's just, again, no front weight, and those tires, they just don't have any traction. So again, I couldn't make it up as well.
Wpl crawler. I mean, you can buy on Amazon, 70 bucks. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's got fucking locked front and rear diffs. The transfer case is locked too, which is pretty cool. Pulls up. There's solid axles front and rear. You just don't buy it from Fundemonium because they'll charge you $110 for a $70 card. Honestly, it's kind of ass at the $110 mark. But for 70 bucks, definitely a good starter car. But if you're gonna pay any more, you might as well find a used Traxxas or Axial. I mean, you can find one for 100 bucks too. I mean, for 70, route box, brand new, ready to go. It's pretty cool. As far as if you want to go any further into the hobby as far as upgrading stuff go, it's a no-go.
Man, this thing is hilarious. I mean, look at it. It's just, I would almost say it's toy grade. I mean, these tires are so hard, like a plastic almost. Suspension doesn't really flex. I mean, for the $70 price point, it's not too bad, but honestly, for a little more, you can just get a much better crawler. I mean, there was no way this thing was gonna make it up. But hey, that body's killer.
All right, next we got the Fms Scx24 K5 Blazer. Quite the mouthful. Anyways, pretty cool truck. It's a hard body, just like the Trx4m. And it's got the clipless design. You know, body just clip on the tabs, out it comes. Light disconnects there. It's got 2-speed transmission. It's got portal axles. However, what limits this are the friction shocks. I did put grease in it to make it less bouncy. See, it's not that bad versus the FJ, super bouncy. This one, not as bouncy, so it kind of helps out with that. But the stock tires, I know definitely will hurt it. I did glue them because they literally spin so easy. The Beetle slipped so easy, so I glued them just to kind of do these free mods. But this Blazer body is pretty top heavy. So I think it's definitely gonna hurt it because we don't have any weight added down low. So I'm curious to see how it'll do, but I think in the looks department, it's one of the better looking ones, but I am kind of biased because I really enjoy these K5 Blazers, as you can tell.
Well, here goes the Blazer. I mean, right off to a terrible start. I mean, it's just very top heavy and it's very light underneath, everything being plastic. I know this thing will perform very well with a bigger set of tires and some weighted wheels because, I mean, look at this thing, just picks that front tire up. But, you know, we're able to manage it well. Somewhat able to manage it. It's definitely really struggling just to get up this first portion, whereas the other vehicles were able to go through pretty easily since this does have the higher center of gravity. But there we are, taking the right line, able to go up, but I mean, there's just no way it's gonna make it up on this big tall incline up here. And yep, there it is, just picking up and over it goes. Bummer. I really wanted this one to perform really well. I mean, that body's just so awesome. I love K5 Blazers, but unfortunately this one just in stock form does not perform very well. Look at it go.
Axial Deadbolt, pretty light, small. We got non-portals, plastic all around, plastic flimsy body. Comes off like this, pretty cool. In the back seat, pretty simple, not too much to it. We'll see how this one does. I don't have too much hopes for it. It's really light. It looks pretty top heavy, really also again bouncy. Tires are pretty stiff. I don't think they're really gonna grip that much. Just not super stiff tires. Pretty cool. Otherwise, we'll see how it does.
And here goes a little deadbolt. I mean, if you notice, I forgot the body pins at home. So there was definitely a disadvantage with all that weight kind of shifting. But you know, this little one surprised us. I mean, yeah, it's very springy and seemed kind of top heavy, but you know, the wheelbase on it was just perfect. Believe it or not, this was the only vehicle that was able to make it up this incline. None of the other crawlers could do it no matter how much we tried. But this Scx24 Deadbolt, it did it. Even with that body flopping around, which, you know, that is my mistake. But it did it, so I was very impressed with this little one for sure.
The Scx24 Jeep Rubicon Gladiator. It has no springs because they're all bouncy. I'm assuming these are all friction shocks. That's why they did the delete. You got little brass hubs. I'm pretty sure these are more for extension. Let's get a nice stance on it. Long, super long wheelbase compared to this little one and this one. They're both Axial Scx24. Really nice. I like how this one looks. Not exactly hard body, but it's probably harder than others. I like it, super nice. This one, just Velcro. Just comes apart. Just 1 speed, non-portals. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see how this one does. Looks good.
Now, while the Gladiator looks good, it could not make the incline. I figured I didn't want to bore you guys anymore, so here we are on a new obstacle. Definitely challenging, but doable. Here it is. Look at that articulation. That long wheelbase does kind of help it out, in my opinion, from tipping back, and it was able to get traction and make it right up with ease. Alright guys, so here's the Trx4m Defender. It definitely had a lot of trouble climbing up here. As you can see, it tipped over and it tipped over again. After multiple tries, we were eventually able to make it up. Partly from this issue is all the weight that we have on the roof, but in the end we were able to manage to make it through. It took a lot of trying and trial and error, but eventually it did make it through. But yeah, that weight on the roof is definitely hurting the performance. So up next we got the Fms Fj Cruiser. It should go up pretty easily. It's got a nice low center of gravity. The only thing hurting it is the very springy suspension and the hard tire compound, but we were able to work it, and as you can see, it's pretty jittery, but with enough messing with the wheel and applying the throttle correctly, we were eventually able to make it up. So up next is the K5 Blazer, and I mean, it's top heavy. It just kept rolling back over and over and over. Just couldn't get it to grip up front. I mean, any little throttle input and it did flip back. I think part of it's due to the really soft suspension and it being top heavy. And as for the Wpl Toyota, you know, it did pretty good in my opinion. I mean, it is bigger. It's I think it's like a 1/16 scale technically is what it is. It took some attempts, you know, we didn't make it a clean pass, but it eventually made it up, which is surprising. I mean, I did say it was very toy grade like, but you know, the lights are pretty neat feature. And I mean, I like first gen Toyota, so it's a pretty cool truck. But I know from firsthand experience, with better tires, the differentials tend to snap. And up next we have the Scx24 Deadbolt. I did forget to put on the body pins, so we had all that weight shifting, but it was able to make a clean first pass, first try. I mean, this little thing's pretty capable for what it is, in my opinion. And look at that body shake around. Pretty funny.
All right, guys, so that finishes up the video. What's your favorite one out of the bunch?
To be honest, I think the Fj Cruiser, only because the scale looks are my thing. I just love the way it looks. All the accessories and everything. It comes with interior, lights, all that. I just really like it.
And I think they're on sale right now for $111. That's a very good price.
Yeah. How about you? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I own most of these here.
Right.
I'm gonna go with the Bronco. Actually, it performs really well. Yes, it is modified. I mean, the Blazer is right behind it, but as current form, how they are, definitely the Bronco. It performs well. It looks great. I love the blue. I just love the wheel and tires that I put on it. I mean, it's a pretty cool rig. I really enjoy it. It's pretty cool. Thanks for watching, everyone, and catch you guys next time.
Also, you guys may be wondering about this little blue truck. This here is a Team Carisma Coyote pup. Unfortunately, during testing, the motor gave out, so yeah, I didn't really include it in the video, unfortunately. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Appreciate it, guys.